The night was unusually quiet. A dimly lit street bathed in yellow light. The air was thick, not with smoke, but with tension. At the center of it stood a woman, still, elegant, and unreadable. Her eyes weren't crying, but her soul was loud. Around her, 3 men stood like shadows from different worlds, pulled together by one thing: her. To her left stood a man in a military uniform, straight-backed, disciplined, eyes trained like a soldier, because he was one. He had loved her from the trenches, writing letters in dusty corners of the world where survival meant holding on to hope, and for him, hope had her name. To her right stood a businessman, expensive watch, sharp jaw, tailored suit, success written all over him. He gave her everything money could buy, yet always feared the one thing it couldn't: her heart. And standing just a few feet behind was the third. No uniform, no wealth. Just a soft shirt, jeans, and a face that looked like it had cried too many nights alone. His love was the kind that asked for nothing and gave everything anyway. They didn't speak. The only sound was the wind, flipping the pages of a torn calendar stuck to a street pole behind them. Each flip whispered a month of the past, reminders of how it all began. She had met the soldier first, at a farewell event right before he was deployed. He was strong, gentle, honest. They danced that night, slowly, under open skies. He told her, "If I come back, I want to come back to you." And she said yes. Maybe because the moment felt like a movie, or maybe because some part of her believed in that kind of love. But months passed. His calls became fewer. The war became heavier. And in that space of silence, the businessman appeared. He wasn't emotional. He didn't speak in poetry or promise the stars, but he made her feel safe, comfortable. He listened, took her to dinners, bought her books, remembered her coffee order. Slowly, something real formed, or so she thought, until she caught him once, not cheating, but emotionally elsewhere. Text from another woman. A dinner he lied about. When she confronted him, he didn't beg. He just said, "You knew I wasn't the romantic type," and walked away. That night, she cried in a coffee shop bathroom, and when she came out, the third man was there. They had been friends, quiet friends, always there, but never too close. He saw her raw, no makeup, no smiles, just the truth. He didn't try to fix her. He just sat down and said, "I'm here. You don't have to say anything." And she fell, not into love, but into relief. In the months that followed, her life became a storm she couldn't control. The soldier returned, quieter, but still carrying the dream of her. The businessman reappeared too, full of apologies and "I made a mistake." And the friend? He never left. He never asked for more. But his silence held the weight of 1,000 words. She never wanted this, never asked to be the reason 3 men couldn't breathe. She tried to leave, disappear, change cities, but life had a cruel sense of timing. Her father got sick, her job collapsed, she had to come home. And when she did, all 3 of them showed up again, like fate hadn't finished with her yet. And that brings us back to this night. A meeting she didn't plan, but couldn't stop. All 3 men came, not for her answer, but for their closure. She stood in the center, knowing anything she said could break someone. Maybe all of them, maybe herself. The soldier took a step forward first. "I wrote you. Every week. You stopped replying." She looked down. "I didn't know how to say that. I didn't know who I was anymore." The businessman stepped in. "I messed up. I didn't know what I had until I lost it. Let me try again." Her voice cracked. "You never really saw me. You just saw the version you liked." Then the quiet one spoke. "Friend, I never expected you to choose me, but I couldn't walk away without saying, even if you don't love me, I'm still proud of who you are." She looked at him. Her eyes filled for the first time, because she knew. He loved her without needing anything back. She turned around, looked at each of them, and then said something none of them expected. "I didn't betray any of you. I betrayed myself, trying to be who each of you wanted." She stepped away. didn't choose any of them. Because sometimes the real story isn't about choosing the right man, it's about choosing yourself after forgetting who you were for far too long. The street emptied slowly. No shouting, no begging, just 3 men walking away, each carrying a different version of love. And one woman finally walking towards something that wasn't a relationship or a promise or a past,